What is up, everybody? We're back in Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And, right, we have turbo mode on. I was like, why is that guy walking so fast? Last we left off, we'd completed all 3 tasks, and we were heading back to the inn, but there's a disturbance at the Grand Market, and we're here to investigate. Don't give me that crap, this is my spot! I paid for it, so it's mine! I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got the permit for it, so stop lying to get me and Vamoose. Stop lying to me and Vamoose. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these 2 gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local, while that merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province's ruling lord. Oh, so for Celdic, that would be... Or Celdic, I don't know how to say it. Ah. Oh no, they're getting into it now. He's gonna buy the shirt, but that guy looks like he's got him by the neck. This isn't good. We must stop them. Who are you? Unhand me at once. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Ugh. Blah. What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. And that dog, too. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when has grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from Thor's military academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study, and while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? So they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Adios' name is happening here? Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah. And both permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask both of you to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay. I guess. Oh, that was a close one. Seems like everything's going to be fine now, though. Yeah, I guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the 4 of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Though I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Infamous? Oh? How do you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Celdic's Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd be so kind as to come along, I'll treat you to some tea. Uh-oh, why are we infamous? I don't like the sound of that. No, looks like they got their stuff figured out. Well, one doesn't look too happy about it, at least. Or maybe they both aren't happy. I wasn't looking for a brief second. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments. Cool. Sorry, the chair is very squeaky and I'm leaning back a bit. Indeed, Principal Van Dyke is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. I cannot talk right now. Give me 1 second. Cool. And I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. Sorry. My nose was really sniffly, and I got some water. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right, both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to a sharing space. Sorry, I didn't realize how loud my voice got for a second. I'm trying to do better at not mumbling while I'm streaming, especially when I'm trying to make YouTube videos. Eventually, they agreed to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the market, so whoever's relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true, it's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The I still don't know how to say this properly. The Cruzian? I don't know. Province is ruled by Duke Alberea, one of the four most powerful nobles in the entire county. I wasn't reading. Or I read too fast. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly. And with a larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. I've never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course! I've even gone to Bereahard numerous times to petition the Duke personally, but they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, but I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory, so mediating arguments which threaten the status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. What are we going to do about it? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study, and I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. You will? So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit, then? That's right, I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or at least, I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. Okay. Good. Where are we? Is this his place? That's probably it. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they control, and as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Alberea. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do among the Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Albereas represent one of the 4 great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the 4 great houses. Guess that's a no, then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent. Instructor Sarah. Instructor Sarah? What brings you here? I figured it's about time for me to get going. Group B is not getting anything done, as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? We're going to see Group B now? The town of Parm is a considerable distance from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You 4 are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think. I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. ADOs be with you. I'll be... Okay. I didn't realize. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the end, can she read minds or something? I suggest we return to our room and rest for the night, in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Okay, no, we're not by the end. I thought that's where we were. It was... Okay, the manager's house. Got it. Wait. Where is it again? Over there. Oh, it's the dude again. Still walking. Doing the rounds, I guess. Closing up the market for the night. I guess the boys and girls are gonna have to take turns in the room to change into sleep clothes, I guess. Unless they're sleeping in their uniforms, I have no idea. What are we drinking?
That was delicious.
Oh, you're actually gonna talk. Those are giant cups. My goodness.
Those are some serious...
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
He was saying those are some pretty fresh vegetables.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
It's been a while since I've heard them talk, so I've almost forgot their voices.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience... I don't know. Things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling in Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or, rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Her father?
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day.
Okay.
What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seems like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Be a musician, right?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd
Yeah.
get into a music academy, right?
Oh, yeah. Because he's musically inclined with a
I
violin.
wasn't that serious about it or anything.
Let me sit up for a bit.
What about you, Rean? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Are we lying?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist.
A
You
what?
sure don't come across as one.
Whoa.
I shouldn't have said anything.
What is with Laura? So you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night. Are we gonna sleep in our uniforms?
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation. And I'm not about to remind her.
Rean,
She knows something's up.
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and
Oh.
are said to understand the true nature of all things.
Are we a divine blade?
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest.
He's holding
I
back.
actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaf School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment. I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
Oh wow, we really disappointed her. No, we have to be one of the divine blades, right?
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Oh my goodness.
Rean's not the only one bottling up his feelings though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Boy, oh boy. I guess we slept without any problems.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Goodness, that got bright. Oh.
I've got a little reward here for you.
I didn't see what that said. I apologize.
Keep up the good work.
The 25th. April 25th. Here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Thank you. Alright, here we go. Gotta do the optional tasks first. Oh, what's this? Lost wallet, Merchant Lizzie. Yesterday I found a wallet on the floor in the front of my stall. Would someone be willing to find its owner for me? See me at my ceramic stall and I'll tell you more. Oh, this one's from the market manager. A large ferocious monster has been sighted on the West Celdic Highway. We'd all be happier if someone took it out. The monster is a swarder? Swarder? I don't know what that is. Location is the stone bridge leading to Heimdall on the West Celdic Highway. Interesting. So lost wallet has to be optional. Huh, even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He is a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves here around 9 tonight. You get those done quick enough, you can have dinner before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. So we don't have to do any of it. Hey Laura, I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Rean? As I told you then, this matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I mean. I wanted to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. To Master Cafe, to the school I follow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said, so I'm sorry. If that's the case, then there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standing, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Rean. Do you like the Path of the Sword? It's not really a matter of liking it or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura. So you two are friends again, then? Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, this was all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Whoa, you did what now? It would seem we've caused you undue concern. Jeez, can we just all forget about this and move on? Looks like the ground's dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a bit less gloomy. Margot, we've got trouble. Big trouble. Slow down, Louise. It's first thing in the morning, and you're about poised to wake the dead. You're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late. I'm sorry, I just got caught up on the way here. But never mind that, we have big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? What terrible thing has happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over at the market were destroyed and all their merchandise was stolen. Is it the 2 people that were arguing and they're gonna blame each other? That is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be opening late today, which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. Louise, let's get this place ready. You got it. As for you four, this is our problem, not yours. Just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. Cool. Well, one of our tasks takes place at the market. Or at least someone lost a wallet at the market. Well, what should we do? I have to admit I'm curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. Oh, a violinist. Oh, how sorrowful. Once peaceful hearts have now turned wild. Worry not, though, for I shall find their lost fragments of love. Feel free to fall for me, for it is only natural. Can I leave him a tip? No. Howdy. I can't back my third to see him. Okay. It is those two again, and they're blaming each other. I'm sorry, the Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Right so, guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? The two merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not going to get away with this. Oh no, not them. The manager came to try to break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Rean? Maybe we could try talking to them. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. Wonder who did it, though. It wasn't either of them, probably. How dare you destroy my stall, you damned coward! I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Oh, wow. Who else could it have been? Just come clean admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you Heimdallrian snob? I don't know how to say that. You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent, trying to paint me as the bad guy here, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this right here, right now? Bring it on. Hold it. I'm here. I am the law. Class 7? You kids again? Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make them pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Oh. But both stalls are smashed. Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. He took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. And you're gonna give them all back right now. And fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once. Oh, the guards. The provincial army. What? Why are they intervening now? They did this, didn't they? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But... I believe you're the one in charge here. I demand explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see... The market manager explained to the provincial army officer what had happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair. Do you not think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute, and you'll be left alone. Continue, and you come with us. The choice is yours. I don't like the smiles on their faces. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Ugh, gah. They have no choice. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now if you'll please excuse me, I'm a busy man, and I have more pressing matters to attend to. He did it, didn't he? He destroyed the goods. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try to use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We can't open the grand market for business until we've cleaned up these busted stalls, and we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending a hand? Market Manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants of the market, cleared away the remains of the 2 stalls. And with the help of Rean and the others on top of that, the grand market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Cool. Thanks to you 4, we were able to open the grand market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Well, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. A merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into blind rage, and it's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchants of this town are quite grave indeed. The provincial army may have intervened, but it's difficult to believe they'd make no attempt to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those 2 merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No doubt. I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Rean? You're awfully quiet. Sorry, I didn't mean to stutter. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant's stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students, and you have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. It's the provincial army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kinda have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least, it does to me. Oh. I see your point. Perhaps such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. Just be careful, don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. Because we have until the evening when we have to take the train back. Unless we don't take the train back at all. So, first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We'll need to keep a close eye on the time, though. If we miss the last train toward Heimdall, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline, 9 p.m. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood. You bet. Right. Let's do this. Do I have a time limit? I have no idea if we have a time limit. But I think that's a good place to end it. Looks like we're going to be a bunch of detectives next time. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, that's awesome. Love it when you enjoy the live streams. Love it when you enjoy the videos. And I can't wait to catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Let me know what you thought about this, what you think about the story so far. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, your night, your afternoon, your evening, whatever time it is for you. I hope you're making the most of it. As for me, I'm gonna head back to bed. But until next time, I will see you guys later. See ya.